All right, Mr. Tyler Perry, we're going back with this one, way back. Let's talk about it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. All right, guys, now we have Diary of a Mad Black Woman. This is coming in at 1 hour and 56 minutes, PG-13, came out in 2005. This is being described as a dark comedy, romantic comedy, drama, and romance. And I think that's a very good description to give this film. Now, this is being directed by Mr. Tyler Perry. Oh, nope. This is not being directed by Tyler Perry. It's produced by Tyler Perry. The director is actually Mr. Darren Grant. And I will be honest with you guys, the past 20 years, I thought that Tyler Perry directed this. Now I know that he wrote it and produced it and came up with the idea, the creator, and then he had a play before this, but the theatrical film I thought was directed by Tyler Perry. And I did not realize that until yesterday at the time of this recording when I did rewatch this, and I'll tell you why I rewatched that in a second, by Mr. Darren Grant. He is the director, never heard of him before, but if we scroll down and look at his filmography, he has over 83 credits, and as of recently directed 4 episodes in 2025 this year, Duster. Never heard of the show. I did hear of The Equalizer though, heard some pretty decent things from that, but if we go back all the way to 2005 to see other things that he was doing around this time, Killing Hasselhoff, that's in 2017, I can't scroll. Diary of a Mad Black Woman, there you go. It looks like a number of music videos, and so this may have been his first full-length feature, and we'll talk about if he did a decent job or not. But if you are a fan of Mr. Darren Grant, or his work, please let me know down in that comment section below. But when it comes to my expectations for this film, I did see it when it originally came out in 2005, but Straw recently came out on Netflix. I did not like the film at all, but I did like 688. And when it comes to Tyler Perry films, it's a flip of a coin. Some of his movies I like, some of them I don't like. I was having that same conversation with Kimberly Curran, who comes on my channel sometimes, and we was like, hey, let's just go and rewatch and recap, review all of the Tyler Perry films that we do like. So that's what we're doing right now, kind of like a Tyler Perry marathon. I'm doing my own solo reviews, and then we come together and do a spoiler review together. So this is number 5. We've done Daddy's Little Girls. We've done Good Deeds. And Why Did I Get Married Part 1 and 2, and Diary of a Mad Black Woman is number 5. So after you watch this, which I'm gonna keep a little vague, go and click the spoilers review with me and Kim where we dive a bit deep. But again, as far as my expectations, I just remember liking this movie. I remember the character Charles throwing his wife, Kimberly Elise, out of the house. And I also remember her wanting to nurse him back to health at the end of the movie, but I could not remember all the details. And I'm glad I rewatched this because 20 years, everybody matures and grows up and you don't think the same. So you're looking at things with a different lens, and that is definitely the case here. And so I'm excited to talk to you about it. So before I get into all the nitty gritty, before I talk about all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film, A Diary of a Mad Black Woman, is all about. A couple's seemingly solid marriage begins to crumble when the wife discovers that her husband intends to divorce her. All right, guys, let's start off with the positives. One being Madea. Now, I know many people have their feelings about Madea, and like most things, some people like them, some people hate the character Madea. I am on the fence. Like Tyler Perry's films, half of them I like, half of them I don't like. With the Madea specific films, half I do like, half I don't. In this case, I really do like Madea. I thought that she, played by Tyler Perry, was hilarious. We got the recurring joke, involuntary manslaughter with the gun and she pulling it out of her purse. I remember seeing that live action in plays, also in VHS tapes, DVDs. That brought the joke back and I was laughing my ass off. Now, the type of jokes that are in this film and or any other Tyler Perry movie are not for everyone, but they are for me. I'm a silly person. I'm a goofy person. I like stupid-ish. I like things that are a bit over-exaggerated at times. I love me a good SNL skit or a Mad TV. That's just who I am. I like it. So when you have Madea with all of her antics, being loud, being over the top, being extra, I get a kick out of it. Again, sometimes it doesn't always work. Like I said, I don't love every Tyler Perry movie or Madea character when she pops up on screen, but this one right here, I forgot how funny Madea and her brother Joe was. I have to give the production team credit too, of course, because Tyler is playing two different characters, playing Madea and he's playing with Joe. They can't be on the screen at the same time. And even if they are, because Tyler Perry is playing also another divorced character, and when he's playing the divorced male, you know, the name is not mentioned here, is Madea. It looks great. There's a courtroom where you have Tyler Perry and Madea in the same shot, and it looks seamless to me. But going back to the comedy again, I forgot how funny Joe and Madea was. It was at one point, Madea had the house arrest bracelet on her foot. So she's trying to get it off with Vaseline and a knife. It's just stupid. Joe is just saying, you know what they do in the jungle? I saw this on National Geographic or whatever. Some animals in the wild, they'll bite off their own foot when they're captured, go free. Why don't you do that? You know, but for you, it'd be like an elephant or a hippopotamus or a whole big giraffe. And it was funny. You big as a wagon. You are just huge. And then Madea comes back, and that's just something you'll never hear a woman say about you in your whole life. Talking about the size of his penis. I laughed my ass off. It was funny. It was stupid. It was corny. But it was great. I like that type of comedy. Or even earlier in the film, the reason why she got the house arrest bracelet on her ankle anyway. When she's in the closet, like, wire hanger. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, if you haven't seen the film, go watch it, but I'm pretty sure you've seen it if you're watching this. They're having fun ripping the clothes with the hanger. Goes downstairs. I think she shoots the gun in the house and then pulls out a chainsaw and cuts up half of the furniture. Now, we know that she just didn't pull a chainsaw out of her ass, but it's funny, it's stupid, I don't care. I'm having a great time. And so with a serious situation like divorce and getting thrown out of your house like Helen was, which we're gonna talk about, Tyler was able to put some comedy in this to balance it all out. It's a feel-good movie, somewhat of a fantasy. And to me, it can be really difficult at times to create, to produce, direct, write a dramedy where you have a drama and comedy. But Tyler Perry, he did a great job with this writing, and so did the director Darren as directing this, because you had your funny parts, but you also had your serious parts too. This woman has just been thrown out of her house. Her husband is just as evil as you can be, Mr. Steve Harris, as the greatest attorney in Atlanta. Oh my gosh, this man is the devil, and he had it coming. If you want somebody to hate so bad, like if you want a villain, an antagonist that you can punch to the screen, this is a character for you right here. And so, great villain, got everything he deserved. And so, I want to hear what you guys have to say about Charles. I really do. But I also have to hear what y'all have to say about Mr. Shamar Moore, Mr. Orlando, the hopeless romantic. Now, I gotta be honest with you, I did not like his character in this film. I thought he was an unrealistic unicorn, simp level 9,000. I did go into more details in the spoiler review as to why, but you just have to click that video to see. But I just didn't like his character. You know, again, this is a fairy tale, and you know, he's the knight in shining armor, but I just don't agree with begging someone to love you. And I felt that that's what his character was doing throughout this whole film, and just disappointing, because again, if you step out of the movie breaking the fourth wall, Shamar Moore is a handsome guy. You know, a lot of women like Shamar Moore. And so it's just, in a real sense, in reality, you wouldn't have to do all of that. Even if you are a super duper simp in your core, something's going to pop off in your favor to where you don't have to be begging and groveling for love and affection. But I definitely want to hear what y'all have to say as far as that's concerned too. Shout out to Miss Cicely Tyson. Rest in peace, ma'am. You are a legend. Again, I forgot that she was in this film, but when she popped up, I was like, oh my gosh, I miss Miss Tyson. But she was one of my favorite characters in the whole movie. She was the mother of Helen and didn't judge her daughter, but gave her that wisdom and reinvigorated her life to turn over a new leaf and leave the past behind. I am lucky and blessed that my mom is still here today to where I can call and hug her. And if you are in the same boat as me, you know, pick up the phone and call your mom, because you just never know, because tomorrow is not promised. And when you have a film that can inspire me to increase or enhance or appreciate more of the personal relationships that I have in my life, I think you have a good picture right there. The dynamic between Cicely Tyson's character being the mother of Helen in this, we can all learn a lot from. I'm 41 years old and have a decent experience in life, but I still don't have the couple of decades that my mom or dad has in front of me that can still teach me something. When I was watching Cicely Tyson in this, it was a very humbling experience for me. And again, inspired me to not only increase the relationship with the personal people that I have in my life, but also with God, because nothing is possible without him. She had a great monologue expressing that in this movie too. Another thing I loved about this film is I felt at home. I felt like I was around my people. I felt like I belong. Now, I may not have agreed with everything in this movie. Like, okay, this isn't accurate. Like the way they depict people smoking marijuana, that really bugs me in Hollywood. It's just like when people smoke, they don't act like this. It's just, stop it. You know, like just ask a smoker, call up Snoop. You got all the context in Hollywood, Tyler. But anyway, this was 20 years ago. That kind of bothered me. And also Shamar's wig, the braids, the cornrows, that kind of bothered me too. But other than that, oh, there was one more nitpick is I thought that this film was slightly too long. It came in at 1 hour and 56 minutes. Could have came in at 1 hour 45, hour and 30. The reason why I say that is I thought there was an extra plot point that was not necessary. That's when it comes to another of Tyler Perry's characters, where he was divorced from his wife that was addicted to drugs. It was performed well, very, very emotional, but it had nothing to do with Helen and her story and trying to work things out with Charles and also Madea. There's another Tyler Perry movie that focuses on that subplot entirely, but I think it was a distraction from the plot here. It did make me feel better where it circled around towards the end of the film, the church scene, which was very, very beautiful. I don't want to spoil anything for you here, but if it was all said and done, I think it would have been best if that was left on the cutting room floor. The soundtrack in this film was great. It was dope. I love Tony Braxton. I love Patti LaBelle. And again, this is a feel-good movie. Not perfect, but I think Tyler and I think the director, Mr. Darren Grant, did a great job. And if you want to know any more of my details and or rating that I gave for this film, make sure you come back for the spoiler review that me and Kimberly did again for this same film, because we had fun watching it and we had fun talking about it. But guys, I have more Tyler Perry movies to review for you, the ones that I like. This one was great. There's so many things that I want to talk about more that we did in the spoilers review, just about Helen going back to her husband and whether that's right or wrong, and when is it right or wrong to divorce your spouse. Physical abuse, emotional abuse, them literally dragging you out of the house or committing adultery and having children with somebody else. I definitely want to hear from the married people. I definitely want to hear from the single people too. I want to hear from everybody. So let me know down in that comment section. Subscribe, thumbs up. Trying to reach 75,000 subscribers as soon as possible. But guys, I just want to thank you again for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's just my opinion. Peace, and I'll see you next time.